Hey guys, this is DTR, and I'm actually out having a barbecue today. I want to talk about the Xbox One and the PS4. Now, if you've been reading any of the comments on both systems, the Xbox, or Microsoft, has been really fucking us over, in all honesty. First, I'm going to start off with used games. Now, the policies differ from PS4 and the Xbox, but PlayStation 4 says that they're going to leave it up to the publishers on whether or not we pay a fee if we buy a used game to be able to play online. Microsoft hasn't really said anything on the matter, but it looks like they're going to be charging a fee. I don't know how much. When you go out and buy a used game from GameStop or EB Games, wherever you're from, it'll be incorporated on the tax. That's why the market plummeted. Well, it dropped 3 or 4%, whatever it was, when Xbox actually had the press conference. Also, a lot of people are pissed off that Microsoft is basically calling it a TV box. A TV box? Do you really want to buy a TV box? I don't, but that's what they're selling it as. Michael Pachter actually said that you're going to have a bunch of boxes. No, it wasn't Michael Pachter. It was actually Annoyed Gamer. So Annoyed Gamer actually brought this up, which made sense. You got a 500 gig hard drive, which isn't interchangeable. So if you have to install all your games, you're gonna run out. Blu-ray was it 50 gig now? So you can do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 games, 10 games, depending. That's if they're max. So you're also going to have to buy an external hard drive, which is another box, and the Microsoft One is just one box it's supposed to be. So you got your external hard drive now, you're saving your installing your games on, and you got your Xbox One, so that's 2 devices. The next thing is, suppose you want to use your TV service and you got it hardwired into your Xbox One. So again, now you have 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3, boom. So the Xbox One is now in fact Xbox 3. That doesn't make any sense. Another thing too is they're focusing on Kinect. So that's another little device. Xbox One is now 4. Okay. So it's an entertainment unit. Why would I buy that? I have all kinds of entertainment stuff. That doesn't make sense. I got a PVR now and a PlayStation 3. I actually have an Xbox now, the Xbox 360, a Wii U, and all the old consoles. I have all those. So the PS4, well, the hardware specs, the devs love it apparently. And they're not marketing this as an entertainment device for the living room. They are going out as a hardcore gamer, which is why I like it. And they're also, both systems are based off the x86 architecture. Now, for those of you who don't know, that's like a Windows PC, so it makes coding games like a dream to work with. On top of the specs for both systems, you have 8GB DDR5 RAM on the PS4 and 8GB DDR3 on the Microsoft Xbox One. Not really sure what the big difference is. I know it's bandwidth, but I don't know if we're really going to see that come through with the games or not. That's really the only big difference between the two. Now, hard drive space, I got a funny feeling Sony might have an interchangeable hard drive. We still haven't seen pictures, which is coming up with E3. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I hope it's not as ugly as the Xbox One. Another thing I want to talk about is Kinect. This is on the Xbox One, obviously. Now, we know Sony's got a PlayStation Eye, but the Kinect is required to be plugged into the Xbox. I'm not one for conspiracy theories, but don't you think maybe the government could do something with that and just monitor your living rooms? And I heard another story. What if you're whacking off and the Kinect is there staring at you? You're a porn star. Yeah, I don't like that. They say you can turn it off, but I don't give too much heed to that. You need to be able to unplug the fucking thing. Who uses Kinect anyway? Voice commands? Oh, fuck it, that never worked. The next topic I want to talk about is the always online rumors. Microsoft is almost all but confirmed that you will need to be online. So the reason being, and I don't care what the fuck they says, I really don't. DRM, digital rights management, make sure you're not copying games. What is the percent? Like 3%, 4%? I know 75% of all statistics are made up, but there's a low percentage of people who's actually pirate shit. Unless you're from like somewhere where you can't get access to games, and I can understand. So everybody's getting punished for that. We're all getting punished. You can play single player offline, but it needs to connect once a day to talk to the servers to authenticate the game. That's a bunch of crock if I ever heard of it. PlayStation 4 has yet to announce what they're going to do, but if they were smart, they would kill that idea. They'd win the next generation war. The controllers from both parties, I like the Xbox one a lot better. It fits nicer in my hand. I like where the placements of the analogs. I don't like the PlayStation 4's controller with the symmetrical analogs. I don't know. I don't like that. When I used the Xbox One, it just felt right. So there's a little bit of an edge there on the Microsoft side for the controller. One thing I want to also point out is the new Microsoft controller have pressure-sensitive buttons which will kick back. So say you're playing a, let's say Forza 5 on it, you're putting in the gas and you bring up something, the trigger actually force against your finger and push back out. I kind of think your fingers will get tired. You ever play it for hours and you're like all hands all cramped up? I do like the idea, but you better be able to turn it off. Now the PlayStation 4's controller has a touchpad. No screen on it though, just a touchpad. Okay. Next, has also been lately announced that the Vita will be required, all game publishers will be required to publish or code for get the games to stream to the Vita. Every game, with exceptions of course. Man, it's getting warm. I like that idea. It makes me kind of want a Vita. So if you're playing, let's just throw this out, the Gran Turismo 7, because 6 is coming out on PS3, you can actually push a button if you have a Vita and have the game stream to your Vita, and whoever wants to watch the TV can go ahead. I like this. Where have we heard this before? Yes, the Wii U. I kind of think Sony was like, well, Jesus, Nintendo came out with this motion controls and it took off and they made millions and millions, and the game industry is a business, they're out to make money. So when they seen what Nintendo had done, they come up with the idea, well, geez, we got this Vita and we're already doing streaming to the PSP from the PS3, if you remember some games. So they just went all out, which actually I think was a smart move. On a side note for PC gamers, I don't know if you're into investing and stuff, but AMD has all the hardware. So that means they have the hardware in the Wii U. They're using their, I think it was a 4 series GPU in that. So they're selling chips to Nintendo. They're selling chips to PlayStation, which is, was it the Fusion architecture? I'm not sure. Custom. Anyway. And the Xbox One also has AMD. Buy stock in AMD because they're going to be doing well. On that note, when we look at sales, Microsoft never sold in Japan. It never did well at all. Actually, I don't think it did well in the UK either. At least not very well. Probably better than it did in Japan. But if you go to VG charts, the sales are horrible. That being said, Xbox sold really well in the US and Canada, in North America we should say. So if the PlayStation 4 releases and all you Xbox fans switch over to PlayStation 4, Sony's going to make a killing. They're going to have the Japan market, the UK market, and North America. Publishers need to pay attention to that. Anyways, and on a side note with the Xbox One, they're getting the exclusives like 2 weeks in advance, like for DLC and stuff. That's stupid. I don't like that. Microsoft's just tossed around money in that instance. I don't think it's going to work this time. They pretty much royally fucked all of us. And on a note of backwards compatibility, I don't really care if it's not backwards compatible. I don't know about you guys. I know you got a big library, you don't want to have 2 consoles kicking around, but it doesn't bother me. I'll just stack them. I have a stack of this by the time I'm all said and done. Now, Microsoft did insult some people, said anybody who wants backwards compatibility are backwards. That didn't go in their favor. So E3 is just around the corner. Another argument, a lot of people, nobody showed games. I don't think you should expect to see a lot of games this E3 either. Was it the Watcher or something? You're gonna see that one. You're gonna see Ghosts again. In all honesty, I'm looking forward to Nintendo's more. We're all gonna get, well, most of us are gonna pick up Ghosts anyway. It's a Call of Duty game, and to be quite frank, it's therapeutic for me. I've been playing it a nice bit myself lately. So we're all gonna probably get that. It's gonna be a multi-million-dollar seller. But the Nintendo franchise, we're gonna get to see some Mario Kart, a new Zelda. I'm hoping. We're gonna get Wind Waker anyway, but probably some more of the 3DS, A Link to the Past. Oh, hi, Mom. You wanna say hello to all my viewers?
No.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
But anyways, I think that's going to conclude what I have to talk about here. Nintendo has more to offer, I think, this E3 than what people actually think. So what? They're not as powerful, but can you imagine an HD Zelda? That's what keeps me going, or Metroid for that matter. So, I guess we'll end it here. This has been a bit of a long video. My barbecue's near finished. This is DTR. Communicate laters. Arr.